And we hear this heavenly voice. So I got one of my high school friends with me, and I'm trying to make my way to this songbird. I was like, who in the world could sing like? So it's a recording, right? So it's a recording. I was like, were they playing like a CD or something? And Lord behold, it was this 5'5".
On a good day. On a good day. 5'3.5".
There you go. See, it's a 5 in there.
It's a 5 in there.
And I was blown away, so I was staring at her, right? And so she looked at me and she smiled and she pointed. I was like, she could see me. So I didn't realize I was a creep.
No.
And so I was like, this lady could really sing.
Thank you.
And so I was, they call it lurking, I think it's what it's called. So I'm lurking through social media, trying to figure out her name and trying to figure out where, because I'm not big on live performances. And so they're like, you want to go see so-and-so? No, that's not what I do. And so I was very impressed. I said, one of these days, I got to get a CD or something to that effect. And then we started the show, and now you are here.
I'm here. Thank you. Well, thank you for that. The way you hyped me up, I'm like, who is she?
I know, right?
I'm gonna meet her.
Oh, that's you?
Oh, gosh, she's talking about me.
All day, every day. So she's a wonderful singer. And we have discovered that you started at I guess you started late in the game. You started at 5 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty late in the game.
That's pretty late.
What was the first 4 years? What was you doing the first 4 years?
Procrastinate.
See?
Really just trying to get my life together.
Yeah, well, we're glad you got it together at the age of 5, and there's still time. You can meet somebody one day.
One day, when I grow up, one day.
What was your first song?
It was a song called "I Want to Be a Follower of Christ."
Yes.
And oh gosh, until my mother started teaching me hymns, but it's so funny because that I still remember because that was my first joint right there. So I was like, yeah.
I want this. So is it upbeat?
I guess it depends on the singer because you can it kind of like has an old school like. So yeah, I would do it kind of upbeat. Since I've been singing all week, I was like, that might be the only song if you try to put me on the spot.
Oh, really?
I can bust that out. Everything else is like
It's
I will
difficult.
sound like I just woke up.
Oh, right. I saw you yesterday performing, and you guys are so full of energy. I'm like, can you sell that? I think they do. They call it energy drinks.
They do, except, believe it or not, when you get up on stage, and any performer can attest to this, you get that performance adrenaline. And the crowd is energetic, everybody was excited and super hyped, so you just, it's just, and then you're wired.
Chicago Children's Choir. How was that?
Extraordinary.
Was that at 5 as well, or how old were you then?
I started that at 10. And what started that was, my mother, both my parents were really into exposing us to performance arts and culture and things that we wouldn't have gotten otherwise exposed to on the south side of Chicago.
Oh, you're from Chicago?
Yes, sir. What's up, Chi-Town? So I remember, and my mom, she was an insomniac. I was an insomniac early on. She would wake me up, and back before certain administrations started unfunding public broadcasts and like WTTW, she would wake me up if there was a concert or something musical on or something going on. And it was one night the Joffrey Ballet was performing the Nutcracker. Okay. And for some reason it was on air late at night. She woke me up. She was like, "Come see this," and it was this one scene. I can't even describe like what the dancers were doing because this was so long ago.
At 10 years old.
And this was before. Well, when I saw this when I was like 8. Okay. But this is what inspired me to chase after Chicago Children's Choir. Was because there's this one scene, and imagine this. Okay, so I'm setting the scene. Snowfall, and you have like cherry blossoms and stuff, and there are ballet dancers doing something very graceful. Right, still in Chicago. Okay, all right. Southside. And this is on TV. I'm watching this on TV, but
not Michigan at home. And
I'm watching this at home. It's late. And I hear these.
Did you do your homework?
Yes, sir. Of course. I hope so. But and then I just hear these angelic voices like doing this. Just like, just very soft singing, like a hum, and you can tell it's a bunch of them, but it sounds like one still voice. And I was like, what is this? So I watched it to the end, and I looked for credits and couldn't see anything, but my mother found out through a church friend of ours that every year the Chicago Children's Choir sings for the Nutcracker. Right. And I was like, oh, I just want to be a part of this. And then every time that they were on TV, my mom would call me like, here they are again. And by that time, she had already had me in piano. But I told her at that age, yes, at 8, I sat her down and said, look, Mom, I'm going to level with you. I'm not lying. I said, look, Mom, I'm going to level with you. And Dad, because they were both paying for the class. I said, I really wanted to take piano just to train my ear and train my eye because a requirement to get into it was that you had to be able to sight read. So on your audition, they'll hand you some sheet music. And, and I want to be able to do that. So that's really what.
And you knew all this at 8 years old?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, because you talk about lurking. Oh, I was like, I don't know.